back with us on Eat Story Friday edition. So a couple of days before Sunday, the big announcement, the big dance will be announced, and soon we can focus laser-like on the election day, the 18th general election since universal adult suffrage in 1944. My first guest this evening is Titania Clark. She's a former vice president of Generation 2000 G2K, and she is here to talk to me about what the Labourites have in store for their supporters and the country broadly on Sunday.
You seem to know everything that we have in store, George. First you talk about nomination day, then you talk about election day. Is it prophecy?
I'm a humble journalist. I leave prophesying to soothsayers. Yeah?
Well, you know, George, you talk about what do we have in store for our supporters. A good time, a safe time. Our campaign has been clear. We do not support the rhetoric on our opposition's campaign. And so it's all about good energy, bringing our achievements to the people and ensuring that every Labourite, not just Labourite, but every Jamaican understand the message. Choose Jamaica. Choose the achievements. Choose a worry-free tax office process. Choose no longer standing in line at tax office. Choose knowing what you will receive when you go to the Student Loan Bureau. Choose NHT and come and see your candidates on the platform speaking to you and speaking a message that you'll understand.
Your party leader and our prime minister, the prime minister is my prime minister, the opposition leader is my opposition leader regardless of who holds the office. But here's the thing. He's on the verge of history.
Yes.
If the JLP wins the next election, will join Percival James Patterson as the only political leader to have won 3 elections.
Correct.
And he'll also join Patterson in the very small group, well, it's a group of 1 now because Patterson is the only man there, who has been sworn in 4 times as prime minister, because both of them, their first stint as prime minister was after the resignation and they took office. So here's the thing now. With the weight of history on his shoulders, the country in the position that it is in, a very competitive electoral space, what more does Andrew Holness, you think, need to show the Jamaican people to convince those who are wavering or who are uncertain that Jamaica should be chosen on election day to riff on the JLP's theme?
We believe that our party leader should continue to work. At the end of the day, it's a history and it's a track record that we are proud of and we're going to stand behind. And so even for the undecided, with our achievements book coming out and everybody trying to figure out what is happening, the one error that they seem to have found, but the 69 pages of goodies and greatness for the Jamaican people, we are saying with our manifesto to be launched soon, you can put them together and understand that this is a party leader that cares and understands the people of Jamaica. And so as we go around community to community, household to household, veranda and veranda, because it's not just big mass meetings we're keeping, you know. You see the party leader after the incident in Central Kingston yesterday going and walking with the member of parliament and made a big bold speech. Him never say if a war, him never say make we take it to them. It was clear, safety, prosperity, peace, they all go hand in hand. And if you choose the Jamaica Labour Party, we will continue to promote that crime will continue to reduce because a peace we support, a peace we are called for. And this election, you have the democratic right to choose the party that you believe in, but we are saying use your democratic right to choose Jamaica.
So here's the thing though, people will say that, look, previous governments, prior to 2020, not even 2016 so much, but prior to 2020, governments before had such a difficult environment to work in that the things the Holness administration is boasting of as gains could not realistically have been achieved because one, fiscal space wasn't there, and the structures of the society and the systems of the democracy weren't what they are now. It is necessary then to put a new hand at the wheel, to put a new party in office, because perhaps it is what we've been told are significant gains over the last 5 to 9 years can be eclipsed by another party with a fresh set of ideas, spending Jamaica's taxpayers' money in an even more precise fashion.
Let me say this to you.
Yes.
You leave primary school and you graduate and go to a high school. That high school grooms you for tertiary education. It is always important that our government moves from one step to the next. And for us, we're saying in order to get that fiscal room that we're boasting and preaching and the world is admiring our country for, We had to do it. The Jamaica Labour Party had to create that. And so we are saying, because we would have created that fiscal room, allow us the opportunity to use that fiscal room to benefit you in the micro level. Because now we have looked at the macro and we know what we've achieved. The highways, the new hospitals that are being built, the education system, the most spent in education. But now, let us take it to you. Don't allow our next man to bring you to bed. We want to be the ones to take you through that process and build a solid family with you. And that's literally what the message is about. Choosing who you can trust because you've seen it, we have proven it, and we will continue to do the work.
All right. Last question before you go to Tanya. So one suspects that labor rights need no more convincing. We know that comrades won't go with Andrew. They're going to go with their party. So you're talking about the group in the middle. So
and we've always talked to the group in the middle.
So here's the thing. What about those in the middle who will say, you know what? In the same way that things were trending a certain way under Sister P in February 2016. And when February 25 came, we said, you know what? Let's give Andrew a chance. Why should those in the middle not give Mark a chance on election day?
Well, it's simple. We want those in the middle, those who are feeling from any way, shape or form, feeling us. We want you to continue to believe in the process. So we're not asking you to dip your hand and hope that it come out with something good. We want you to see the trend, trust the process, trust what you have seen. Don't believe in the fake AI messages and the fake news going around. Do your research. Information is at your fingertip. Ask your children. Ask them how is it that they have internet and back in the day you had dial-up. What made you get here and what made the future before you and after you believe in this process? And that's really what we want. We wanted to choose Jamaica, choose a better life, continue on the path that will lead you to greater prosperity. We have crime trending down. Why would you want to change that? We have hospitals being built. Why would you want to stall that?
Yes. Well, all I'll say to you is I'll see you on Sunday.
You'll see me on Sunday.
Tanya Clark, former Vice President of G2K, and she's speaking on behalf of her Jamaica Labour Party. Break time. Back with more after these. This is Lead Story Friday edition. As we told you at the top of the show, the PNP deciding to postpone what they said was their parish meeting that was to be held in Crossroads, which would be the culmination of a bus tour as party leaders and officials went through strategic locations drumming up support for the party ahead of the elections. They said that all of the requisite permits were in place from in advance and they were all set for Crossroads, but the Prime Minister's announcement of his halfway tree meeting and the fact that it would place both sets of supporters, PNP and JLP, in close proximity, and with the best of intentions, party leaders can't legislate for behavior on the roads especially. The PNP said, you know what, in the interest of the nation and to ensure that safety is the priority, we will postpone, allow the space to the Labour Rights and Andrew Holness, and then we will wheel and come again at a date to be announced. Raymond Price is the man who is fighting for a seat in the House of Representatives, and he will run in East Central St. Catherine. Beyond that, though, as an erudite man, as a scholar and a gentleman, he has significant responsibilities where communication is concerned on behalf of the PNP, and he joins me this evening. Good evening, Raymond.
Good evening.
Raymond?
Yes, good evening to you and your viewers.
I'm hearing the volume is just now allowing me to register your presence. Good. So, Raymond, I said much, but I can't say it like you. Nobody can. Why is it that the PNP decided on this Friday to say, you know what, let us leave the space to the Labour Rights on Sunday, despite having the approvals in hand to have gone ahead with that Crossroads meeting?
Well, the truth of the matter is that people started to speculate from the announcement of the halfway tree meeting that it would have been a recipe for disaster. And as our General Secretary always says, our intention is to win an election, not win an argument. So while the permits would have already been granted and all the mobilization was in place, when we ourselves considered the high likelihood that people being mobilized from across the corporate area to come into Crossroads would have been in close proximity and on the road at the same time as persons being mobilized to go to the other meeting in Halfway Tree, that for an avoidance of any likelihood of conflict, notwithstanding the capacity and professionalism of the men and women of the constabulary force, that the best thing to do was to, as the PNP always does, take the higher ground, postpone hours, allow the anticlimactic meeting for the announcement that we all know is overdue, and for which we know the nomination day is next week Friday, and the election day is the 1st of September. We'll allow them their anticlimactic party, and then we will reconvene, conclude our parish meetings, and then enter the next phase of our own campaign.
Wow, Raymond Price, the man who griots look to. But hear me now, Raymond, what about those who say, listen, because the PNP planned a parish meeting in Crossroads and the JLP planned a mass rally in Halfway Tree, two different things, and the difference between them is not subtle. Clearly, on the day, the optics war, which is a part of competitive politics, would have been lost comprehensively by the PNP. Therefore, it is no difficult decision, the one that they took, to postpone and leave the space empty. What about that argument, my friend?
Well, I can confirm it was a very difficult decision. There were as many people saying proceed as they were saying postpone. The optics game, well, look, if the Jamaica Labour Party wants to win the optics game, we weren't focused on winning optics. So we don't break ground in Gregory Park 2 years after houses were...
Raymond? I'm not hearing Raymond. It appears as if I lost him. So we're having a technical challenge. Raymond is out in the field on this Friday evening.
Right. The people that in another 2 years will be built. That's when you...
Raymond? The technical devil is interfering with our flow this evening. Can we take a break, Mr. Producer, and see if we can rectify this? Yes, let's do that. Lead story. So the technical devil got the best of us on this Friday, and so the interview with Raymond Price cut short. Before we go, though, the producers here, the news team, did some polling, very unscientific, random sampling, if it was, well, if you can call it that. Just went to ask the public for their feedback, a straightforward vox pop, as media houses are wont to do on various topics. A topic picked: who do you think would make a better Minister of Finance? Would the incumbent against the opposition spokesperson on finance, the spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson? So when we went to YouTube and asked, 66% of respondents said the man running in Southeast St. Andrew, Julian Robinson, would be better than the incumbent Favourable Williams. So that's what YouTube is saying. X, 82% said Julian Robinson over Favourable Williams. And so YouTube, X, Instagram. The shout for Favourable Williams loud on Instagram. 71% felt she would be a better fit for the Ministry of Finance relative to Julian Robinson. And on Facebook, Robinson, 56% better than Favourable Williams. So the total overall, when you aggregate the four, simple average, 58% across all four platforms saying Julian Robinson would make for a better finance minister than Favourable Williams. Yeah. Again, these polls are unscientific. This is not Don Anderson's poll or Blue Dot's poll. It's just Vox Pop across four platforms: Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. And then we lumped them together to get a simple average, and that's what the final simple average works out to be. So we can tell you that on Sunday, the PNP will be active on various parts of the island. The work never stops. The Labourites will be traveling from all over the country. They'll be gathering in Halfway Tree from about 4 p.m. to see their Prime Minister. Based on what we understand, the Prime Minister should take the stage around about 7 p.m., thereabouts, no later than perhaps 7:30, and they're giving him about 45 minutes to an hour to make his remarks. Before him, there will be the JLP chairman, the campaign chairman. The chairman, of course, is Robert Montague. Campaign chairman is Chris Tufton, Dr. Chris Tufton, and the manifesto committee chairperson is Kamina Johnson-Smith. Other party officials will also take the stage. for one grand announcement. Yeah. Now, you heard the PNP say through Raymond Price that they anticipate what the announcement will be. So for them, Sunday will be anticlimactic because they have already mapped out what the Prime Minister will do. Raymond Price says, based on the PNP's information, nomination day will be next Friday. Next Friday is what? Is that August 15? I think it's August 15. So next Friday will be nomination day, August 15. And election day, he's predicting, the PNP is predicting, will be September 1. Yeah? So that's what he has. So that's all the time we have. We will see you on Monday to review what happened on the Sunday before. And from here on in, it's a dead run to the polls. All right? Lead story this week, next week. Goodbye.